Hello again, and I'm back for another tutorial. This time what we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving a bit of weight to a model. So when you put it down, it doesn't go like this. It goes like this. It's like, and we're going to be using plaster of Paris and syringes. Yep. We got needle fun today. Yeah, you can pretend you're a heroin addict if you want. Alright, anyway. So take the needle. Now generally try and get the 1.2, the largest needles. I'm sure you can get like humongous needles, but for like horses or elephants or something like that, but they don't have them in my chemist, funnily enough. So I have to make do with just like a regular 1.2mm one. So there you go. Looks quite lethal, and it is quite lethal. So obviously, if you're a kid watching this video, you might have a bit of trouble going to the doctor and getting one. And then you need a Dremel, or a drill will do actually, but I find these minuscule tiny baby drills really cool. So I don't actually have the head to use them, so I have to go for this kind of 2.8mm one. But it's worth making the hole just a tiny bit bigger than you need to, because you're going to get a lot of splashback. You're going to look like you got a bit excited if you get too carried away with injecting the plaster, because it can go everywhere. Looks like a teenager's bedroom. Alright, okay. Don't know why this button is not working anymore. Alright, there we go. Get that into place. And plug this in. So just bear with me. Alright, I've got my things plugged in. You don't need a fast setting, so take your model, do the hole. There you go. Now I was thinking of doing two holes, one for the out to relieve the pressure, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to do the one for now. And now you take your water and your plaster and you start mixing. So basically you're meant to get it to like a creamy consistency, funnily enough. I don't have a spoon, so hold on. Right, so you take a spoon and you essentially just mixing the plaster into the water. Nothing fancy here, so I'm going to do this in fast forward. Now I can feel this starting to go a little bit creamy. It's still super watery, as you can see. But I've just got to warn you, if you let it go too kind of creamy, the amount of working time you've got is very little, and you're likely to block your syringe, and then you may as well just chuck it away. That's why it's always worth having like spare needles and stuff like that, because they get blocked really easy if you push it to the limits of time, basically. So it's worth having it a little bit more runny than not. So don't like get it proper creamy, because it won't get into the syringe either. I'm probably just gonna add this little bit more, and then I'll show you how to do it. Alright, now this is starting to look like double cream. So I'm gonna go ahead, and that's the fun time, needle time. So essentially put the needle, just suck it up. There we go. You put that in the hole and inject. Sorry, we're out of focus here. Alright. I think we're still out of focus, but what the hell. So keep doing that. Suck up some more. Have a look inside. You'll be surprised. You think if I'm about halfway full, I think. With the syringe you can actually see through the, kind of look through there so you can see the how much is full or not. And don't worry about blunting the syringe. You can get blunt syringes, but I find the sharp ones don't get caught on, let's say, the support material, or not support but infill. If you use infill, it's a bit of a pain in the butt because you have to like drill through all the layers of infill, and then if you've got a blunt needle it's going to get caught on that quite easily, so it's always better having a sharper needle. But besides, sharper needle is always cooler than a blunt one. Unless you don't, unless you're a fan of safety, that is. Anyway. Sometimes you got to blow it to get the hole back, and keep going, keep injecting. It takes a lot more than you would imagine, to be honest with you. And it'll just go pop when it's ready. Alright, that's it. It's full. Now you have to wipe that down real quick, so I'm going to run away and do that really fast now. I don't even have a tissue here, so I'll be back in 2 secs. Alright, I brought myself a glass of water because I'm in my garage and I don't have any water here. And as you can see, if you keep tapping it, it kind of fills up, unfills, fills up. You get the true, I can still get a bit more in there. See, there you go. So kind of keep double checking, because you don't really want an air bubble in there, especially if you're going to plate this afterwards, because the end result, we want to get something like a nice plated one, but I'll show you that in another tutorial. This one we're just filling it up, getting it ready, because floating objects are a pain in the butt. Right, just wipe it down. So yeah, so once again, take your beloved syringe, get some more of that juice, find a little hole, and start injecting. It's not going to be much. Take your towel, just wipe off the top. And do that again, just keep doing that basically. I think that's alright. The rest you can fill up with glue or resin or whatever. But now it's already got a nice bit of weight to it. Now what I haven't showed you, I don't have it here actually, I keep on having to go to the garage to get stuff, is a waterproof plaster to put over that, just to seal it. And funny enough, I still want to fill that bloody hole up again, because it keeps on opening up. Problem is I'm not getting the air. I think I'm actually injecting air into the damn thing. You've seen the hospitals, you know, do the whole, get rid of the air out of the damn syringe routine. There you have it. It's full of plaster now. And I'm happy now. See, the whole it's full to the brim. So I'm just going to go and get the plaster. I'll show you what plaster I use, and I'm also going to wash this head down a bit because it's pretty. Everything's gotten really dirty. So bear with me. And I'll take your needle. Put your needle in the water, pull out some water, push it back out, pull it out, push it out, pull it out, push it out. The last thing you want is for the plaster to set inside the needle, because then you may as well just buy a new needle. Even though they're only like 5p each, I found out from the medic store, so you can buy quite a few. Much cheaper than the internet, funnily enough, but anyway. Alright, I'm back. That's what I'm using. Micro pore surgical tape. Got a bit of a surgical theme going on. So you take your model, you want to clean it up. I wouldn't worry about it spilling out anymore because as you've seen from the glass, it's pretty much set, so it's set in here as well. So just wipe it down, and then you don't actually need the tape, but I'm just gonna show you in a situation which you would need the tape. Now, obviously if you're using a paint that's, you want to do this before you paint the model ideally, but this primer's pretty sturdy, so it's not actually come off. And there you have it. Got your head. It's got a nice weight. Feels like a little ball bearing or something. Okay, so you can take your tape if you want, just for the, you can tear off a little patch. And if you're really worried about it leaking, which sometimes a little bit of water does come out, just pop it over like that. There you go. And that's it. You're good to go. And it's got a nice, good weight to it. So, in terms of stuff like this, I had to print this with infill because obviously I've got cavities in there. So here you can see I drilled a hole through the side, and I took the drill piece and I was literally drill, and then I drilled a hole there as well, because when I injected the plaster I could feel that it was still too light. So drill, and then I drilled another hole there. I went drill, and then obviously because I was putting a lot of plaster in this one, the surgical tape was needed because I covered that one up, otherwise it would pour out. And here, when I injected it there, it would just end up coming out of there. But that's quite a good thing because it forces it into the other areas slowly. I got really messy doing this one, but it's well worth it because it's got a nice solid weight to it. Super happy. And then this whole thing is hollow, so it was really easy. I just did one hole there, as you can see. With this one, again, I had a hole under the chin, which was just naturally made by me over sanding the bottom part, and there was a hole here which I used to fill up, because you obviously want the hole right at the top, because otherwise you're gonna have air pockets in there, and even if it's a little air pocket, it will still float, or it will feel uneven in your hand, and you want it to be like a nice even feel. So there you have it. That's how I make my models feel a bit better. Hope you've enjoyed the video. See you later.